Strike 1. Get it? Strike 1 if you continue misbehaving. Hello and welcome to Spinster's Library. I'm Robin and I'm the guest spinster.
I'm Claudia, I'm just the regular spinster.
We're getting excited about...
the next Cormoran Strike book's coming out soon.
Literally, like, it's the 31st of August today. It won't be by the time you're watching this, but it's coming out soon.
I think it's the 18th of September.
18th of September.
Do you know
Pre-order!
Do you know what the most annoying thing is? I've got an appointment to get insoles, like, from the NHS on the 19th.
But that's great, because while you're waiting for the appointment, you can read it.
Because I'm taking the bus and I can't read on the bus. I get really sick.
I'm booking the day off.
This video is going to be 2 parts, right?
Yeah, 2 parts.
The first
because
part,
we don't want to spoil anything for people who are new to the series.
Yes.
If you are new to the series, welcome, but get stuck in now because you have 18 days to read the 3 books prior.
Yes. Definitely. So the first part's going to be us talking about the first 3 books in a non-spoilery way. This is for if you haven't read these books yet. I'm sure you've heard of them because the author is J.K. Rowling. And then the second part is going to be us trying to predict what's going to happen in the 4th book of the Cormoran Strike series, which is called Lethal White, which is the book that's coming out.
Lethal White! Lethal White! I'm so excited! Sorry, I've really got to contain this video.
Well, don't have to contain it for long. But first though, let's start with why you should read these books if you haven't read them already. So...
Can I start?
Yes, go for it. So,
I'm just going to start by saying there's a video link here. I hated reading, and this is the book, The Cuckoo's Calling.
The very book as well. The
very book. This copy,
yes.
Everything. This book is the book that got me back into reading. So Claudia said, listen, if you like crime thrillery, that kind of thing, this book might be your cup of tea. And I looked at it and went, it's like 500 pages long. I'm going to hate it. But I'll give it a go. Honestly, how long did it take me? 48 hours, maybe?
Yeah.
48 hours.
Like
for someone who hated reading, this book is fantastic. So, without spoiling it...
In this book, we get introduced to the main character, who's the detective named Cormoran Strike. He's a private investigator.
Absolute hero.
Yeah, amazing. He's the sort of illegitimate son of an 80s rock star. And he's a private investigator. And then the other main character is his assistant, Robin. Who's kind of described as looking a little bit like you as well, isn't she?
But then the one who's in the TV series is like drop dead gorge, so never mind. Never mind. They can mask for me.
Yeah, just put your compliments in the comments.
Compliments in the comment, please.
And they investigate a would-be suicide, which might not be a suicide. Hint, hint.
It might not, but seeing as how we're not spoiling anything...
Oh, come on, the setup of every single crime novel is... It looks like a suicide, but it could be anything other than a suicide.
Classic crime novels.
So they investigate that case, and... What's
great about the series, though, and it kind of obviously develops from the first one, is the relationship between Cormoran Strike and Robin, his sort of PA, if you like. So it kind of starts off, again, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it starts off very much a bit of a toxic, not toxic, what would you say? There's quite a lot of friction between them. It's probably the best way to describe it. And what's nice is to kind of see how that develops, or, you know, that kind of thing. So their relationship in itself is quite a lovely story.
It works because the characters are so well written. Like Cormoran Strike, he's kind of...
mute.
He's kind of based on the stereotype of the grumpy kind of arsehole detective. Yeah. But really he's just a little bit inept and not very good with people. And then Robin is really excited about working for a detective and isn't really taken seriously to begin with. Yeah, and what's also nice is that you do get, it's not just their relationship, you do get aspects from their own lives as well. So like we say, Cormoran Strike has the, you know, the 80s pop star dad who's a bit like, you know, it's a bit strange from him. He's got a surprising number of like affairs and girlfriends who for whatever reason find him really attractive, because he's not really described as a very attractive person. Not. Interesting guy though. And then Robin, obviously she has she's got like a relationship at home. She gets engaged right on the first page, on the first page, and then again it's their relationship, so it's Matthew as her fiance, and it's how their relationship develops and moves as well. And it's based in London, but Robin is described as being from Yorkshire, so that's another interesting sort of country girl in the city type aspect to it. And then the second book is The Silkworm, in which they investigate a missing author.
Yeah.
And what I like about this book is you can tell that J.K. Rowling was kind of writing about maybe experiences she's had with publishers and agents and stuff. So it really dives into the literary world, and I think that's probably the one that I found most interesting.
Yeah, I did quite like that one. I must say, though, you didn't work it out, but I worked it out pretty quickly. I worked out what was going to happen.
What happened, yeah.
But at the same time, I still read it to the end and thoroughly enjoyed it, just because it was kind of obvious. I still really enjoyed, again, the characters, the way she develops, you know, the killer or whatnot. It's really, I really enjoyed that one as well.
And even people like the wife of the author or the daughter, you know, there's so many really well-written minor characters, which is, by the way, something it's got in common with Harry Potter. So many minor characters are really well written in there.
Yeah. And what I like as well is that I've never felt bombarded with all the characters. So I find that sometimes with crime thrillers, you're like, who's who? Wait, what? I'm confused.
It's just written to confuse you.
Whereas these are written really nicely. Again, you get to sort of touch upon all these minor characters, and you enjoy that as well. It's not like, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember this character, because I don't know how she does it, but the way she writes it, she involves everything, really sets the scene, really gets everyone involved, and it really is like you're there. So that's what I like about her writing style anyway in all three books.
In terms of the mysteries, it is very kind of classic crime mystery, so you're supposed to be able to guess it if you read closely enough. I am really dumb and I didn't guess any of the, like, not even close. Like, when I was reading it, I suspected every single person she wanted me to suspect. I went for every single red herring, like, all of them. Whereas you're really good at actually guessing what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like... So Claudia had actually read these books before I did. So obviously I was like messaging her, going, oh, at this chapter, this has happened, this is my theory. And she sort of, you know, now I know, she was like, how does she know this?
I did, yeah. I got a screenshot of you guessing the solution of that in, like, chapter 3. So
yeah.
That's a good one. And then the third book in the series, Career of Evil, went a lot more into the kind of suspense thriller.
Yeah.
So this time it's about a serial killer, and we know that because we get chapters from his
the
perspective
killer itself. Yeah, which I really liked, actually. I quite like the variation between the books, because I feel like after a while with the series they can get a bit samey in terms of like the style and so I really liked that element, actually, and it was really creepy. I found it really creepy, and it was I like that though, when you're in the mind of a character. I find it quite fascinating.
And we go so much deeper into the personal lives of the two main protagonists in this. We get stuff about Cormoran's past and his childhood, and then we also get stuff about Robyn's upcoming marriage and her relationship with her fiancé. Yeah, they're so good. I feel like they keep getting better.
I feel like that. I mean, I must admit, I really thought the first two were my favourites in terms of the plot and the crimes and how it all panned out. But again, Career of Evil, I liked that it was different, and I liked that it wasn't the same over and over again. I liked that it developed on their characters and things like that. So, yeah, I'm really excited.
They also keep getting bigger, so I'm hoping that Lethal White's going to be a 1,000-pager. Because honestly, you know, I don't really like big books, so when J.K. Rowling writes them, it's fine. So you should definitely give those a go if you haven't read them yet, whether you like Harry Potter or not.
If you like crime thrillers or you're not sure, it's not very gory.
I mean, crime thrillers are not my genre at all.
No, but these are great. Yeah, I love crime thrillers. But again, some people don't like crime thrillers because they're scary or they're gory or they keep them up at night. But these are quite interesting.
There's a little bit of gore in the second and third book, so if you are squeamish, careful.
It's not. I'm really squeamish, and I really didn't find it that bad.
Right.
I suppose it's different reading it, and I suppose you can sort of skip a few words if you get a bit creeped out. But no, they're really good books. Regardless, they're not too intense. They're quite interesting as well.
Yeah.
The character development is really good.
They're not heavy reading in terms of...
No, exactly. Yeah. So definitely worth a read. I would recommend it to anyone.
Yes. So all three books were pretty much solid 4 stars for me.
4 or 5 for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we get into the spoilery bit.
Right? Spoilers! Spoilers! Spoilers!
Good singing. So from now on we'll be talking about the 4th book, Lethal White, and what we think is going to happen. So from now on we'll be talking about all of the secrets in the first 3 books. So you said, right, when we were talking about this, that the title makes you think it's about cocaine.
Yeah, so I don't know why. Lethal White, crime thriller.
Yeah.
And I feel like with the previous books, especially like the Cuckoo Calling and the Silkworm to a certain extent, they're all like big fancy lifestyles, aren't they? So Cuckoo Calling was the model, and again the party lifestyle, and then the author again. You know, there's lots of social stuff, and naturally drugs are involved in that. Yeah. So for me, I feel like it might have something to do with drugs or lethal white. To like me, is like cocaine can kill people. Lethal white. I don't know.
I was thinking, my first thought actually from the title was it's about weddings.
See, that would make sense with Robyn's wedding.
Yeah, because she gets married right at the end of the third book. Yeah. And we've just read on Wikipedia that the fourth book is going to continue straight from the third book with no gap in between. Yeah. So something could happen at the wedding.
Something could happen at the wedding, or something could happen as a result of the wedding, or I don't know, it'd be interesting. See, my personal prediction, and I don't know why, I feel like Matthew... I feel like there will be focus on Matthew.
Do you think he might be the victim?
I'm not sure if he'll be the victim or the... Help me out. The other one, opposite. Perpetrator. Jeez, it's been a long day. We've dipped in and out of Matthew, haven't we? Because a lot of it has been focusing on Robyn and Strike's relationship. So I feel like Matthew... Why else would she have Matthew developing as well in the books? It's not really relevant.
You mean if he doesn't get an arc of importance?
Exactly. So I feel like this is his chance. He did go a bit
psycho at the end of the third book.
He went a bit psycho. I feel like he's going to be the perpetrator.
Ooh, I'm kind of hoping he's the victim.
That would be good. That would be good if he was, because it would like completely change my mind about him. But throughout all the books, I just really dislike him because of his treatment with Robyn.
We're meant to dislike him.
Yeah. And I just think lethal white. Now you say the wedding. Yeah. Maybe he's a druggie.
But then if you look, we're looking at the cover now, which is hopefully going to be over Robyn's face. No.
Cover me.
I meant to put it like here. And it's got, that is clearly Big Ben and the Palace of Westminster. Yeah. So is it something to do with politics, do you think?
Or tourism?
Tourism could be. Politics could be, especially cocaine. Like cocaine in the House of Commons, right, surely. So what are you hoping for in terms of the Robyn Strike relationship?
Okay, I'll be honest. I really like their relationship. I was kind of hoping that something would happen between them already. However, I feel like that would be too obvious. And I kind of feel like it's obvious that Matt and Robyn aren't a good match. No. That's clear. Yeah. However, I feel like it would almost be too cliche, you know, I found my...
I don't mind that cliche, but I think it'd be too early in the fourth book.
It would be too early, and I also feel like it would be too cliche. So I hope that their relationship develops, but I'm not sure I want it to develop in a romantic way. I would be worried that it would present issues between them, because I quite like the frictionless relationship, but it's not too bad that you're like, no, you know...
I'm hoping that professionally they're going to actually be partners rather than assistants.
That would be nice.
Because he's like, she's gotten like some training and stuff in the last book, didn't she? Yeah. And she's kind of getting more involved in the cases, and that would be a good thing.
And I think that's probably what I mean. Like, I feel like I would want them to develop further in terms of their professional relationship. Because I feel like romantic would be a bit weird.
I mean, I think it's going to happen. And I think it will be a really good romantic relationship. Yeah. But I don't think she's going to make that happen in book 4. Especially since, I mean, I don't know if she said anything, but I imagine the series is going to be like 10 books or more. I hope so.
I would love that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm really... That's the thing, we're really not given any clues.
No.
The only thing that we can think of, maybe there's something that we haven't noticed, but the only thing we can think of between Career of Evil and this Lethal White is that wedding, because that was what happened right bang smack at the end.
The clue we do have is that it's set straight after the ending of that book, so something's got to happen at the wedding, otherwise it would just be 2 months later, Robyn's happily married or unhappily married, and they're back in London. So something's got to happen from then. See, maybe, you know, Matthew doing something, or... you know, getting murdered.
Because Matthew wasn't a great fan of Strike, so I wonder whether Strike's attendance to the wedding would
set him off.
Some sort of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, and maybe he's going to disappear from the wedding, and then he's going to be like a missing person or something to begin with.
Cool. I think we've covered everything. There's not much we can talk about, given that we know hardly anything.
No, but we're very excited.
And we will let you know what we think.
And please let us know if you are planning to read Lethal White. Yep. What you thought of the Robert Galbraith series so far, And
any ideas you might have for Lethal White as well, because it's quite nice to hear other sort of speculations.
Yeah, because we had two different ideas. You went cocaine, I went weddings. Yeah. And it's probably going to be neither of those, because J.K. Rowling's really clever with her titles. Like The Cuckoo's Calling, only on the second read through I realised what the significance of the cuckoo was. Yeah. Do you
want to tell them?
Because it was the brother who killed her, and cuckoos push the sibling, well, the what are they called? The
sibling chicks?
Well, yeah, but they're not really the siblings. Like, the cuckoo lays the eggs in the nests of other birds, and then the cuckoos hatch, and they're much bigger than these other birds, and they chuck the other birds out of the nest. And, like, he even chucked her from a balcony. Like, it's so clever.
So obvious, though, once you make that connection.
I didn't realise it until years later on my second reread. Yeah. So,
Clever woman, J.K. Rowling. Clever woman.
Okay, shall we leave it there?
I think so.
Okay, because we really have to go, don't we?
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bye.